Welcome to our video on how to paint white armor. First you're going to prime it white, then we're going to paint it Gorgon Hide, which is an off-white blue. The secret to painting good white is actually to paint it not white. Don't paint it white. White is a terrible color to work with. It's a terrible hassle. Paint it off-white. Gorgon Hide is great for this, but make sure that you primed it white. You don't want an uphill battle. You probably will need two good thin coats to really get everything and really get in everything. It really is the key to the beginning stages of this. Now we're going to get to the secret sauce of this. Contrast apothecary white. Now as you see, all that sediment, can't have that. None of that. All this has to be thoroughly mixed. So what I do is I actually have two mixing bowls in there and I put it on a vortex mixer and I mix it by hand. It should look about like this. And then just cover everything. You can let it pool a little, but try to wipe it off of the higher parts. But more is better here because we can always add more Gorgon Hide to clean up any overspill, but you don't want to have to go back in and try to down Gorgon Hide again later. Once you've got that done, the next step is going to be to go back to your Gorgon Hide, water it down a little bit, and we're going to carefully go in and we're going to paint the flat areas. We're going to paint up the edges. We're going to paint the corners. We're going to leave that apothecary white in there to tint, but we want to basically do a first highlight that can be a little thicker with the Gorgon Hide. Now that we have that solid base, we're going to go ahead and combine our Gorgon Hide 50-50 with heavy titanium white. Any white will work. This is just the white I'm using for today. We're going to mix that about 50-50 and get it good and make sure it's loose at the same time. We don't want it too thick. And what we'll do is we're basically going to highlight it like you would a normal model. Now that we have that off-white all around, you could stop here and you'd have a good white, but I like to take the Pro Acrylic Black Wash, which acts like the older washes, and some speed paint and blend those together and go in and basically line all of the dark areas almost like a comic book. We're going to put this in between every panel. We're going to put it in every divot. We're going to put it in every section where things meet, and it is going to make this model sing. We're also going to just run it along all of the trim and let it touch the white between the white and the trim. And it's really going to give us a fantastic result that looks harder than it is. This is by far the most time-consuming part of it, and it's also the part that you have to take your time with. You're going to probably need more than one layer, especially if you're using my 50-50 ratio, because it's going to go on kind of light, and you're going to want to add more than one layer to really help it get in there. It's absolutely worth just take the time and do it right. You don't have to do a lot of other work with this color to make it work, so this is your trade-off. Take the time, get all the details in, do as many layers as it takes to get you a nice solid look, and then we're going to go over here and we're going to get our dry brush. We're going to poke it into a damp sponge. We're going to dry brush that 50-50 mixture, wipe it off on the tissue paper, and we're going to dry brush over any area that looks like it has too much or doesn't have a good edge. This is the other part of making white armor easy. This dry brush is going to let you fix any mistakes you might have made or any overspill you might have had, nice and simply. Gentle pressure, soft strokes, let the paint do its work, and as you go, just kind of look to see where it needs a little bit more or a little bit less. All right, now we're going to take our original 50-50 mixture and a fresh paintbrush with some decent amount of water, and we're just going to go in here and touch up anything that the dry brush couldn't get. Make sure we have nice sharp edges anywhere that we want them, and we will be done. I didn't want to do the entire Terminator in this, mostly so I could get this video done a little quicker, but I do want to show you, with his other colors in, it looks absolutely like white armor, and it's got just a hint of blue in it, which if you want less of, you can use more of the titanium white, but I really like this look, especially for my pre-heresy color scheme World Eaters. And anytime I do World Eaters, whether they're modern or fantasy or modern or classic, I always do them in these colors. I just really prefer them to the red. If you guys would be interested in seeing the rest of this model done up this way so you can see what this would look like at the end, leave a comment down below. Thank you for your time. Subscribe. Make sure that you're following with the bell icon. Join our Discord, and I will see you in the next one.